6 weeks of the World Championships, second day of training camp. We're the national team camp for the next 10 days here with Coach Zadek, and it's nice here at Penn State, which it's here in our home wrestling room. Really, it's just everyone getting together and training and getting this quality 10 days in, as we lead into the World Championships. This morning was just a drill for me. It's something that I like to do as I get closer to competition, is make sure I'm getting a day or two of just repetitions, where it's just like quality repetitions where I'm getting, 40, 50, 60 reps of the things that I need to do, the things I need to prepare for my competitors. At 86 kilos, there's not a lot of surprises in the world. I've wrestled pretty much everybody that's going to be in the bracket, so I have a pretty good idea of what to expect. And for me, it's just about, if I'm fit and healthy, I just gotta go do what I do. My mind's really set on the next 6 weeks being prepared, and then definitely right there is thinking we're 1 year from Paris, and all these practices are just one step closer to that ultimate final goal of winning that Olympic gold medal in a year. So this is my blank canvas. What I go out and do when I compete, that's my art. We are 3 weeks out from the World Championships, and just frustrated right now because, being 3 weeks out, I know from years past, like, what I want to feel like 3 weeks out, and I don't feel that way. Just having a hard time, probably mentally and emotionally, just being engaged. I think that we got a lot of things going on, just like every athlete does, but just things haven't really been clicking for me. And today was a really frustrating practice. I thought that, I haven't really done short time situations, and that's something that I do when I feel like I need to kind of find another gear. And today I just didn't really find that second gear that I was looking for. I obviously have a very high standard of performance and excellence of what I want to do when I perform. I'm looking for my third World Championship. And I know what it's going to take to do that. And, I know what that standard is. And I want to have that output every single day going to practice. And today just wasn't one of those days. Just got to Ramstein, and things are coming together, definitely getting better. As an athlete, getting ready for World Championships, I believe that I'm going to be where I need to be when I wrestle. As a competitor, it's going to come together and it's going to click. This is where communicating with my coaches and being honest with them about how I'm feeling, and them being honest with me, is so valuable. Just having the experience with Coach Casey over so many years and so many training cycles. He knows me so well. Just having these couple of days to just solely focus on wrestling, having, I can get work with Pav daily, and just feeling good going into every single workout, not having a lot on my plate. My favorite part about these camps is just the camaraderie of being around your friends and your teammates, where we all have a common goal. We're all getting ready for World Championships. We're all getting ready to go to battle. We're all excited to compete. Going out to dinner, we have a couple of our favorite restaurants off base. We have a couple of our favorite places on base. We have a good routine here. We really do, because we've been doing it. We've been doing it for a while. So, get up, get our coffee, we go for a walk, train, get our work done. We play cards, and it's been a good recipe for success for all of us. Training has been spot on. All right, so today's our last day in Ramstein, last day of acclimation camp. We have an early morning, so we're getting up. We have training this morning at 7. Now the work truly is done. We've done everything. This morning I'm planning on getting just a drill, really just a sweat, and just hitting a few key areas. I've been wrestling these opponents for the last couple of years, and there's a few key areas that I got to be really focused in. Underhook primary, right? That's an area that I've spent so much time on over the last couple of years, because every opponent is going to try and slow me down to underhook. And I've gotten so much better at now being proactive on the front end of that. And now I've gotten to the point where I can start to utilize that into my scoring opportunities. Things are clicking, things are coming together. The real fun begins once we get to Serbia. It's about an 1.5-hour drive to the airport. We're flying into Belgrade today. We'll be in Serbia. We'll get there tonight, get the hotel, we'll get a sauna in, and then tomorrow's our water load. So we'll be off tomorrow, and really at that point, get to go do what I love to do, and that's compete against the best guys in the world. That's pretty good driving. We just witnessed the first 300-point turn.
Yours doesn't have training wheels.
No, it's got I got this airbag protection around me.
Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing that could happen on this thing. Oh, that's right. We're gonna scoot to the mall, get some shoes. Renting these scooters. Let's go. Not gonna make it. Son of a gun. I think we're lost. Just got hit by a car. What's your battery at? Someone needs a weed around here. Some thought we'd never make it, myself included, but we made it. Let's go ride. Not it. Easy. Got some Hokas. 44s. It's size 10. All right, so we're here in the arena. So we're resting. This is Stark Arena. This is the warm-up area. You know, today we're the first team in here. It's started at 10 a.m. A lot of countries are still getting in today. So it's nice to have this whole place to ourselves. Really just focusing on getting my heart rate up, hitting a few key areas, and then really just now kind of starting to focus on getting my weight down. It's a little bit heavy. I was 205 this morning, so I'll wrestle 189. I'll make that on Saturday morning. So just gotta start getting it down. And today, once I got my work in, just like putting my plastics on, rolling around. And the next couple of days, a little bit more about weight. You know, it's about feeling good and getting my weight down. The big difference between training at home or training in Ramstein and then training here in Serbia is you start to share spaces. So at home, obviously, you have your privacy, and that's where you really work on your game plans and techniques and whatever it is that you want to implement. You know, obviously, when you get to Ramstein, still the same thing. But once you get here, you have shared spaces. So like even yesterday, when we were training, although we had the mat room to ourselves, like there's still other countries' coaches like up on the top, sitting there and watching. You know, they're filming, and everything nowadays, like, there's really nothing that's a secret, right? Once you're in public, like, nothing's a secret. Came in and they started doing the warm-up, and it's just crazy, like, the difference in, like, what we do and what they do. Like, it's just, I mean, I would say, like, it's not necessarily a difference in intensity, it's just a difference in, like, vocal intensity, right? So, like, what we're doing is intense, and what they're doing is intense, and, they were doing a pretty intense workout today, you know. But I think you can see, like, obviously it's specific to the way that they wrestle. The Iranians have a very specific plan. You know, all their athletes kind of follow. You know, they all have like a good game script of, you know, snap, overtie snap, underhook, pressure, snap, run around.
some of them shoot, but not really what they do, you know, and like their warm-ups and their routine and everything kind of implements that, and that's why they're so good. They're so consistent. I mean, you know, no matter who you wrestle from Iran, you're getting something similar. But obviously, the guy I wrestle, you know, Hassan Yazdani, is just one of the special talents in Iran. Like, he's the greatest in their history, and I think, you know, the different intensity level today. You know, like warming up, you know, getting one day closer to competition. You know, they're in the room, like they're training, they're doing their warm up. Their whole training program revolves around preparing for me, because he kills everybody else. You welcome the best competitors, and I want to wrestle people at their very best. So we're going over to press conference. This is the first time that they've done one of these before the events. So, you know, at 86 kilos, you got world and Olympic champions, 2 world Olympic champions with myself and Yazdani, which is what makes the matchup so big. You know, it's just like 2 of the biggest athletes in the entire tournament and being in the same bracket. So be pretty cool. It's first time doing it, being a part of it, and we'll see how it goes.
How you deal with that pressure?
There's no pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure. No, I mean, this is a world championship. I hope that we're all in our best shape, right? We're preparing for the Olympics next year. So when you compete at this level, when I compete at this level, I want the very best of every single one of my competitors. And I know that I'm going to get the very best of every single one of my competitors. And that's the excitement of competing. You know, I want to be the best in the world, and in order to do that, you have to beat the best guys. In a 6-minute match with us, I mean, it's a year's worth of preparation in 6 minutes.
Are you ready? On deck, you have the in the hole, and then you have the cornholio. You're the cornholio. Sometimes we call it the great cornholio.
First round, let's go. Show this guy the business. All right, first match of the tournament. Guy shot on the whistle, I cradled him. So in my mind, like, the ideal start to every single match is guy shoots on the whistle, because then I can cradle and pin him. So it worked its way like that this one. So we'll probably got 45 minutes on our next match. I'll have 2 more this session. Start off the day with a quick pin, tech, pin again in the semis. I feel that as the matches progress and the competition gets better, as a competitor, I get better.
Are you gonna get work done?
I am. I'm gonna do a cold plunge real quick and then get work on and then get ready for bed.
Alright, we will talk to you later.
All right, love you guys. Ivy, where is she? Let me see Ivy one more time.
Bye, Daddy. I love you.
Bye, London. Love you too.
After my match, I checked my weight. I was 10 pounds over. It was pretty easy though. I just sauntered it off. So I was like, got down to 3.5 pounds. So drank a little bit, gonna go to bed tonight probably around 5 pounds over. Wake up probably like 2.5-ish, and then just work it off in the morning before weigh-ins, and then weigh-ins are at 8:15, but I won't wrestle till 7:30 tomorrow night. So my philosophy's always been day one, you just do whatever you gotta do to feel good and win your matches, because you win your matches, you weigh in, you got a long time the next day. You got 12 hours, so it doesn't really matter. But obviously if you're like trying to hold your weight down and you don't feel good, and if you don't win, you're done.
Wearing the red, representing the Islamic Republic of Iran, Hassan Yazdani Tati.
It's always tricky wrestling Yazdani. I mean, he's won a bunch of titles, and he's kind of separated himself from everybody else. So, but David, man, he's just a freak.
Representing the United States of America, David Taylor.
I believe it comes down to just heart and grit. What I'm doing out there is reactionary. It's doing what I've been doing my entire life.
Not really about me anymore. You know, it's about all the people that are helping me. You know, Coach Casey pushing me and helping me stay focused. You know, Morgan McIntosh, back-to-back years, been my training partner here, and just the selflessness for him to like leave his family at home and to come out here. It's a little bit surreal, I feel like, to look back, you know, to be 32 years old and to have, really, in my opinion, probably the most dominant tournament I've had.
So what's your why at the moment? Does that ever change?
I mean, I think right now, you know, my girls are, you know, they're 3 and 2, and they're starting to understand, you know, what I do, you know, and right before I left, you know, they wanted me to be champion, you know, and right before this, my daughter sent me a message, and she said, "Daddy, I want you to be champion, bring home another gold necklace," you know. So for her, it's just like fun and games, but one day she's gonna look back and she's gonna be proud of her dad. Being less than 1 year away from the opportunity to win a second Olympic gold medal, you know, that's on the forefront of my mind.
My match with Yazdani, just like all these matches, you know, they always come down to like 1 or 2 key scrambles. And in this one, it happened right at the end of the first period. We got in a flurry right at the end of the period, and I was working to score. I put a couple things together. I found myself in a double leg. And I remember clearly in my head thinking like, okay, I can get this takedown and go up 2-1, or I can get a 4-pointer and the match is over, right? You get a 4-pointer, I'm up, you know, I know at that point the match is over. And it's hard in that moment, right? You get excited. And I drove up to my feet into a double leg, and he really just YOLO'd, right? He just kind of wrapped and tried to throw me backwards. And, you know, on the mat, they went 4 points for him, 1 point for me, reversal. So on the mat, I was losing 5-1. So we challenged it right away. And in my opinion, it's like definitely clearly my points. You know, like they always say, like if your head and your feet are on opposite sides, you keep your hands locked, you finish on top. If the defensive guy unlocks his hands, it's your points. But in that moment, this is the first time in a big match I've ever been in a true like challenge where it's a big momentum shifter, one way or the other way. They came back and they went 4 for me, 2 for him, 1 for me. So in that scramble, you know, it went from 1-0, I was down on the shot clock, to being up 5-3 with the 4-pointer. So in a tied match, I'm still winning. That's a big change, right? At that point, I knew the match was over. Just something he's got to think about, right? He laid on his back and got pinned at the end, and as a competitor, it doesn't really matter what it is. Like it's an element of giving up, and it's a good feeling to be on the other side of that. And then the minute you win, for me, it's just about, well, how can I do to get next year? And I don't know. I don't know why I feel that way. It's a great feeling. It's exciting. But this year's over. Now it's time to do it again next year.